Every night, millions of people go to bed and their vision gets slightly worse, not because of aging, but because they are not giving their eyes what they desperately need to repair. In this video, you will discover the exact evening protocol that stops that decline and starts reversing it. Welcome to Healthcare Workshop. I am Dr. William. Today, we are having a conversation that could save your eyesight, not with expensive surgery or prescription glasses that keep getting stronger every year, but with knowledge and simple choices you make in your kitchen and before your bed. This is backed by decades of peer-reviewed research showing the human body has an astonishing capacity to repair itself when given the right fuel at the right time. Your eyes are one of the most metabolically demanding organs in your entire body, second only to your brain. Think about what your eyes do every single moment you are awake. They convert light into images. They track moving objects. They protect you from danger. They let you read, work, connect with loved ones. That constant work creates tremendous cellular stress. And if that stress is not properly managed and repaired, it compounds year after year until you find yourself at an optometrist's office being told your vision is declining due to age. But here is what most people do not understand. Age is not the villain. Neglect is. Specifically, the neglect of your body's natural repair systems during sleep. Your eyes have an entire maintenance protocol that kicks in when you go to bed. Enzymes activate, cellular debris gets cleared, damaged proteins get replaced, inflammation gets soothed. This is real biochemistry happening in your retina and lens while you sleep. The problem is that this process can be completely disrupted by what you eat, when you eat it, and how you manage your evening environment. If you go to bed with spiking blood sugar, your eyes do not repair well. If you go to bed depleted of antioxidants, your eyes cannot defend themselves against tomorrow's oxidative stress. If you go to bed with suppressed melatonin, your eyes get virtually no restoration at all. Your retina is packed with millions of photoreceptor cells called rods and cones. These cells are constantly exposed to light, which creates oxidative stress. Every time light hits these cells, it generates free radicals, which are unstable molecules that damage proteins and fats inside the cell. This is intense, relentless cellular damage happening in your eyes every single moment you are awake. Your body has defense mechanisms, antioxidants, but most people deplete these defenses every single day through poor diet, stress, and exposure to environmental toxins. By the time evening comes, your antioxidant reserves are dangerously low. Your lens, the clear structure that focuses light onto your retina, is also under constant assault from ultraviolet radiation. Unlike your skin, which can shed dead cells and regenerate, your lens does not shed cells. It just accumulates damage. That damaged protein builds up over time, and eventually it becomes cloudy. That is called a cataract. And the process is accelerated by something most people would never associate with their eyes: their blood sugar. When your blood sugar is elevated, a process called glycation occurs. Sugar molecules stick to the proteins in your lens and retina, making them stiff and dysfunctional. This is one of the primary mechanisms of vision decline, and almost nobody talks about it. Chronic inflammation is now recognized as a primary driver of age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of blindness in people over 65. Inflammation in the eye can be triggered by poor diet, sedentary lifestyle, chronic stress, and poor sleep. So you have oxidative stress from light, you have glycation from high blood sugar, you have accumulated protein damage from UV exposure, and you have inflammation from lifestyle choices. Your eyes are literally under siege from multiple angles. But the amazing thing is that most of this damage is preventable and potentially reversible. Here's what your eyes are designed to do at night. When you enter deep sleep, your body shifts into repair mode. This is a profound biological shift. Growth hormone increases, melatonin rises, your immune system ramps up, your cells activate specialized repair enzymes. In your eyes specifically, the retina begins a process called autophagy, which is cellular cleanup. Damaged proteins and cellular debris get broken down and removed. New proteins are synthesized to replace the damaged ones. The lens detoxifies oxidative byproducts. The cornea absorbs oxygen from the air through your closed eyelids. It is like your eyes have their own nighttime hospital, operating all night long, and the quality of that repair directly determines your daytime vision. But here's the critical insight that most people miss. This repair process is not automatic. It depends entirely on having the raw materials available and having the right hormonal environment. If your blood sugar is elevated at night, if your cortisol is high from stress, if your body is still trying to digest a heavy meal, if your antioxidant reserves are depleted, then the repair crew shows up for work with no tools, no materials, and no energy. The job does not get done. The damage does not get repaired. It accumulates. Year after year, night after night, the damage compounds until one day you realize your vision is significantly worse than it used to be. Your eyes are exquisitely sensitive to blood glucose levels. When glucose is elevated in the bloodstream, it enters the eye through the aqueous humor, the fluid that fills the front of your eye. High glucose damages the delicate endothelial cells that line the blood vessels in your retina. It causes the blood-brain barrier in your eyes to become leaky, which allows immune cells to infiltrate and cause inflammation. It reduces the oxygen and nutrient supply to the retina because damaged vessels cannot deliver blood properly. It accelerates the glycation process, so when you eat a high-carbohydrate, high-sugar meal late in the evening, you are essentially bathing your eyes in glucose throughout the night during the exact window when they are supposed to be repairing. Studies have shown that people with poor glucose control, even those who are not officially diabetic, have significantly faster rates of vision decline. They develop cataracts earlier. They experience earlier onset of macular degeneration. They have worse night vision. They experience more dry eye symptoms. The connection is undeniable, and the solutions are within your control. By stabilizing your blood glucose in the evening, by preventing the glucose spikes that occur after eating high glycemic foods, you can literally protect your vision for decades. Your retina is the most metabolically active tissue in your body per unit weight. This means it burns through an enormous amount of energy, and that energy consumption generates free radicals. Normally, your body has antioxidants on patrol that neutralize these free radicals before they damage cells. Antioxidants like vitamin C, vitamin E, lutein, zeaxanthin, glutathione, and anthocyanins are your eye's shield against oxidative damage. However, most people over 50 are living in a state of chronic antioxidant depletion. They do not eat enough antioxidant-rich foods. Their liver does not produce enough glutathione. Environmental stress like pollution, poor sleep, and chronic inflammation burn through the antioxidant reserves faster than they can be replenished. By the time evening comes, when your eyes are most vulnerable during the repair window, your antioxidant tank is running on empty. This is why so many seniors wake up with tired, dry, irritated eyes. The repair cycle started, but the eye's defense system was not equipped to handle the ongoing oxidative stress. You cannot repair a house while it is actively burning. And yet, this is exactly what happens in millions of eyes every single night. The Age-Related Eye Disease Study, or AREDS, which is the longest-running study on age-related vision decline, showed that people who consumed high levels of antioxidants had a significantly reduced risk of progression to advanced macular degeneration. People with higher lutein and zeaxanthin intake had better visual acuity and less age-related decline. These compounds are plant pigments that your body uses to neutralize free radicals and reduce inflammation. When you consume them in the evening, they are delivered to your retina during the repair window, providing exactly the protection your eyes need to regenerate properly. Most people think of melatonin as just a sleep aid, but melatonin is far more profound than that. Melatonin is a master regulator of your circadian rhythm, but it is also one of the most powerful antioxidants in your body. It is produced in your pineal gland in your brain, but here is something remarkable. Your retina also manufactures melatonin locally, right at the site where it needs protection. This local melatonin acts like an emergency defense shield during the nighttime repair cycle. It reduces oxidative stress, calms inflammation, and supports cellular cleanup processes. Multiple research studies have shown that melatonin supplementation can slow the progression of macular degeneration and glaucoma. People who take melatonin have less retinal thinning over time. The problem is that melatonin production declines significantly with age. Seniors often produce half the melatonin that younger adults produce, and modern lifestyle habits make this worse. Evening exposure to blue light suppresses melatonin. Eating late at night disrupts melatonin release. Alcohol and certain medications inhibit melatonin synthesis. Chronic stress keeps cortisol elevated, which blocks melatonin. So just when your eyes most need the protective effect of melatonin, your body is producing less of it due to age and lifestyle factors are actively suppressing what little you do produce. This is where the story gets exciting, because there is a way to reverse this trend. One fruit in particular stands out in the research: the tart cherry. Tart cherries contain measurable amounts of naturally occurring melatonin. When you consume tart cherry juice or fresh tart cherries in the evening, you are not just supporting your body's own melatonin production, you are delivering a natural dose directly into your bloodstream right when your eyes are entering their repair phase. Studies have shown that people who consume tart cherry juice in the evening have elevated melatonin levels, sleep more deeply, wake fewer times at night, and wake with better alertness and vision clarity. Tart cherries are also packed with anthocyanins, which are powerful antioxidant pigments that give cherries their deep red color. These anthocyanins cross the blood-retinal barrier and accumulate in the retina, where they provide direct antioxidant protection. Research published in peer-reviewed journals shows that anthocyanins reduce retinal inflammation, improve microcirculation in the eye, and support the regeneration of visual pigments in the photoreceptor cells. In other words, tart cherries provide a 1-2 punch. They provide melatonin to signal and support the repair process, and they provide anthocyanins to defend against oxidative damage during that repair window. The timing of consuming tart cherries is critical. If you eat them in the morning, you might get some antioxidant benefit, but you miss the synergy with your body's natural circadian repair cycle. In the evening, 1 to 2 hours before bed, when melatonin is naturally beginning to rise and your eyes are preparing for their nighttime restoration, the cherries work in perfect harmony with your biology. They enhance the signal, they provide the raw materials, and they create an optimal environment for repair. Here is the practical protocol that brings all of this together. Step 1 is to finish your last significant meal at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. This prevents the glucose spikes that would interfere with melatonin release and would cause glycation damage to your lens and retina during the night. If you finish dinner at 6 p.m. and go to bed at 9 p.m., your blood glucose will have stabilized by the time your repair window opens. Your insulin levels will be lower, your melatonin will be able to rise naturally without being suppressed by digestive processes. Step 2 is to establish an evening antioxidant boost. About 1 to 2 hours before bed, after your glucose is stabilized, but while your melatonin is beginning to rise, consume a portion of tart cherries or unsweetened tart cherry juice. If fresh or frozen tart cherries are available, a small bowl containing about half a cup is ideal. If you prefer juice, drink approximately half to 3/4 of a cup of unsweetened tart cherry juice. This delivers the melatonin, anthocyanins, and other beneficial compounds directly when your eyes need them most. Step 3 is to pair your evening antioxidant with protein or healthy fat. Do not eat the cherries alone. Combine them with a small handful of walnuts, almonds, or a spoonful of plain Greek yogurt. This slows the glucose absorption from the fruit so you avoid any blood sugar spike. It provides magnesium and tryptophan, both of which are required for melatonin synthesis and help deepen sleep quality. It increases the absorption of fat-soluble antioxidants like lutein and beta-carotene. The combination creates a synergistic effect that is significantly more powerful than eating the cherries alone. Step 4 is to control your light environment after sunset. Your pineal gland releases melatonin in response to darkness and suppresses it in response to light. By dimming your household lights after sunset and avoiding bright screens or using blue light filtering glasses if you must use screens, you are sending a strong signal to your brain that it is time to shift into repair mode. This enhances your body's natural melatonin production and primes your eyes for the nighttime restoration process. Step 5 is incorporating gentle movement after your evening meal. A simple 10-minute walk after dinner has been shown in multiple studies to reduce post-meal blood glucose spikes by 20 to 30%. This single habit can dramatically reduce glycation stress on your eyes during the night. The movement also improves circulation, which means better oxygen and nutrient delivery to all tissues, including your eyes, when you lie down to sleep. Step 6 is preparing your sleep environment for maximum melatonin production and restoration. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Even small amounts of light leakage can suppress melatonin and disrupt the repair cycle. Consider blackout curtains, an eye mask, or removing electronic devices that emit light. Maintain a temperature between 60 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the optimal temperature for both melatonin production and deep sleep. Imagine two people, both 68 years old, with identical genetics. The first person eats dinner at 8 or 9 p.m., often followed by dessert. They work or watch television under bright lights until they go to bed. They get into bed with elevated blood glucose, suppressed melatonin, depleted antioxidants, and a body still trying to digest food. During the night, their eyes do not repair well. They wake up with dry, tired, irritated eyes. Over years, this pattern compounds into significant vision decline, cataracts, and macular degeneration. The second person finishes dinner at 6 p.m., takes a short evening walk at 6:30, dims their lights at sunset, and at 7:30 enjoys a small bowl of Tart cherries with walnuts and some plain yogurt. They avoid screens after 8 p.m. and are in bed by 9, in complete darkness in a cool bedroom. During the night, their blood glucose is stable. Their melatonin is rising naturally. Their antioxidants are in full supply. Their eyes repair deeply and completely. They wake with clear, bright, refreshed eyes. Over years, this pattern maintains or even improves their vision, and they avoid the progression of age-related eye disease. The difference between these two outcomes is not genetics. It is not expensive treatments or surgeries. It is the difference between supporting your body's natural repair cycle and sabotaging it. Every single night is an opportunity to choose which person you want to be. Multiple peer-reviewed studies show that people who implement these kinds of evening protocols experience better sleep, better vision, and slower progression of age-related eye diseases. A study published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine showed that people consuming Tart cherry juice for 2 weeks had increased melatonin levels and significantly improved sleep quality. But here is what makes this truly powerful. These are not pharmaceutical interventions with side effects and risks. These are not invasive procedures that require recovery time. These are not expensive treatments that drain your bank account. This is real food, real habits, real lifestyle choices that you can implement tonight. The only investment required is intention and consistency. This is not a one-night miracle. This is a cumulative process where night after night of proper support builds and builds until one day you realize your vision is actually improving. You are waking with clarity you thought you had lost, and you are seeing the world more sharply than you have in years. Let me give you a clear understanding of what happens in your eyes when you implement this protocol consistently. In the first week, you may notice deeper sleep and waking with less dry eye. In the second and third weeks, your vision may seem slightly clearer in the morning, and your eyes may feel less fatigued by evening. In the first month, many people report noticeably improved night vision and better contrast sensitivity. In 2 to 3 months, consistent implementation typically results in a reduction in dry eye symptoms, better visual clarity throughout the day, and an improved sense of overall eye comfort. In 6 months to a year, people often experience improved reading clarity, better color perception, and sometimes a measurable improvement in visual acuity when tested by an optometrist. These are the documented experiences of people who have implemented evidence-based protocols to support their eye health. Every person is different and results vary, but the underlying biology is consistent. Your eyes can repair themselves when given proper support, proper timing, and proper nutrition. If you already have significant vision problems like cataracts or macular degeneration or glaucoma, the research shows that even in people with existing eye diseases, the strategies we have discussed can slow progression and sometimes stabilize or slightly improve vision. This is not a replacement for medical care. If you have an eye condition, you should absolutely be under the care of an ophthalmologist or optometrist. But alongside professional medical care, implementing these nutritional and lifestyle strategies can significantly impact your outcomes. Consistency matters far more than perfection. You do not need to implement every single step of this protocol perfectly every single night. If you do the protocol 5 nights a week, that is 5 nights of superior eye repair compared to what would have happened otherwise. If you do it 4 nights a week, that is still 4 nights of enhanced regeneration. Over a year, that is hundreds of nights of better eye repair. Start with what feels manageable. Maybe tonight you focus on finishing dinner earlier. Tomorrow night you add the evening walk. The next night you add the dimmed lighting. The night after that you add the Tart cherries. Build the protocol gradually until it becomes automatic habit. Choose one element of this protocol to implement tonight. Just one. It could be finishing dinner an hour earlier than usual. It could be dimming your lights after sunset. It could be taking a 10-minute evening walk. It could be purchasing some Tart cherry juice to have on hand. Choose whatever feels most doable for you and commit to doing it tonight. Notice how you feel tomorrow morning. Do your eyes feel different? Is your vision any clearer? Is your sleep any better? That small experiment is the beginning of a transformation in your eye health. Your eyes are not failing because they are getting old. Your eyes are struggling because the systems supporting them have been neglected or sabotaged. But those systems can be restored. Your body wants to repair your eyes. Your eyes have an innate intelligence guiding them toward restoration and optimal function. All you need to do is get out of your own way by providing the right conditions, the right nutrition, and the right timing. Every single night is a new opportunity to invest in your vision, to support your body's natural repair process, and to move toward better clarity, better health, and better sight. The fruits of this effort compound over time. 1 month from now, if you implement these strategies consistently, your eyes will feel noticeably different. 3 months from now, you may see measurable improvements in your vision. 1 year from now, you could be experiencing vision that is significantly better than where you are today. That is the power of working with your body's natural systems rather than against them. I encourage you to share this information with anyone in your life who is experiencing vision decline, who wears increasingly strong glasses, or who is concerned about their eye health as they age. This information could genuinely change their trajectory. Thank you for investing your time in this conversation about your precious vision. If you found this valuable, please like this video, subscribe to this channel for ongoing science-based health guidance, and consider sharing it with others who need this information. Your vision is one of your greatest treasures. Protect it, nourish it, and give it the intelligent support it deserves every single night. I'm Dr. William with Healthcare Workshop. We will talk soon.